my own life,
Mm.
and it is my choice what I want to choose for myself. As a parent, we stop our children to explore their interest. Being a parent, we already set a certain definition. That okay, there is a kid who wins the science or mathematics Olympiad, he is the super genius, right? But a son of farmer who knows how to crop and nourish the plant to turn into fruitful tree is not that important for us.
Youth is the time of life when one is young, but the term is often used in more restricted sense of the time between childhood and adulthood. Definition of the specific age range that constitutes youth vary. Youth is often being associated with the freshness, anger, vigor, sports, and energy. Youth is a stage of constructing the self concept. The self concept of youth is often influenced by the several variables such as peers, lifestyle, gender, political setup, and culture. It is the time of person's life in which they make choices which will affect their future as well as directly or indirectly influences the future of his country also. Hello and welcome to the Honest Talk by Freak Folks. I'm Harsh Pandey. For this particular session, we have with us very special guest, Dr. Ela Sarma ma'am. Dr. Ela Sarma ma'am is a socialist, an academician, international keynote speaker, and a published author. Currently, she is a professor of one management college in Pune. She is an example of beauty with brain. Her contribution for society is such a young age is remarkable, along with many different NGOs. She working on various projects like education for slum kids, food distribution for underprivileged persons, addressing the issues faced by the tribal people, women empowerment in rural part of the India. She also worked to connect students with social work, which helped them to enhance their social responsibilities. In this April 2021, she honored by the Best Humanitarian Award by the World Humanitarian Aid Support Forum Africa. And in the same month, Lions International Club also facilitated her for her social services. And I believe her profile has so many things, so many glories, which I won't be able to explain in next few minutes. But I'm pretty sure during this conversation, we are going to learn a lot from her. So first of all, ma'am, I welcome you to in this session. Thank you so much for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you so much, Harsh.
Thank you, ma'am. So, moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen is youth and truth, future hopes and future prospects. Youth is a time of enormous energy. A lot of youth are in confused state of minds. The youth of today's generation need clarity and balance. They need become they have become the victim of social media information overload. Everywhere there is a compulsion. They are addicted to smoking, alcohol, drugs, and gruesome video materials. There's been substance abuse like never before. In your opinion, ma'am, what are these small efforts we can practice to bring awareness among the youth, just to remind them their enormous energies and how to balance them and lead their life well?
Okay, so as we all know, that India is a place of youngsters, where
Right.
more than 50% of population is below 35 of their age. Well, in that scenario, we all should pay good attention to this most essential part of the country for our nation building.
Right.
As per my personal work experience in rural areas and as well as in the metro cities, nowadays our youth is not facing a big challenge to arrange the resources
And
for their development. But yes, the lack of authentic guidance is what we need to focus on. Therefore, it will be never be a one-sided game. It is our responsibility to let them, our children, and let them, our kids, to find their own way of life.
yes.
Because just to put the seed into the soil is not enough. Appropriate environment and atmosphere to play a very important and major role to develop that seed into a fruitful tree.
Right.
On the other side, I would like to address our youth. that you will always get two options in your life. One, which you will be good, and another will be perfect for you. And in addition to choosing perfect option for yourself, you just need to enhance your self consciousness.
Correct.
You can start this thing with a very small practice. Okay, so the next time whenever you sit with your friend and before take a sip of cigarette and alcohol, you just ask yourself, is this really a parameter of your happiness and enjoyment, or you just having it because of your friend's influence, or to be in competition of look so cool? Okay, because this habit of competition will completely ruin your life in many different ways. Competition is just a bullshit in which you are just step ahead of with someone and you think, oh, I am great. So if you really want to enjoy your life, you should always work on your self consciousness, because the meaning of unconsciousness for a short moment, that means there are some hope of life. But if this duration become longer, this duration become longer of the unconsciousness, if it will become longer, that means you are dead. So
Right.
don't choose a path of death before death. Live your life consciously.
Correct.
That's it.
Indeed, ma'am, it was a very wonderful, and I think it was a kind of motivating and inspiring words from your side. Actually, ma'am, my next question to you is: we have seen social workers have an immense impact on communities and the people that occupy them. Social workers that can empower communities by encouraging individuals to take an active role in shaping social services, providing education programs, and enabling economic independence long term. Ma'am, in your opinion, how we can motivate our youth for this social work?
Well, it is very good question, Harsh, because just this work is very close to my heart. So I always like to talk on this topic.
That's good.
So as we all know, today's topic is exclusive for the youth.
Yes.
So I would like to connect an every day-to-day example within my answer. Sometimes we get angry, okay, and just to seek the attention of our family members or our friends or any other. We think people should be sensitive for our problem. They should be react on our problem. Then in various different way, we try to express our anger.
Correct.
Like if we are at our home and we trying to show that yes, I am angry, then we definitely not with anyone in the house, or we not eat at home. We throw the things here and there, and ultimately we try to pretend that we can survive alone without any support. Okay, now I'm grown up, especially in teenagers. Now we think that we grow up full and we don't need anyone. But if you think deeply, it is just a state of mind. The same time, when you are angry, we use the air to breathe. We use water for our living. We require, it doesn't matter how much we are angry, we require feeling of love. We require feelings of sympathy of someone. All the other things which is gift by our surroundings, right? So even when you are angry and give the statement that I don't need anything, I don't want manage by my own, even in that condition, you require all the type of physiological and emotional tools.
Correct.
For your surviving and from your surroundings. It doesn't matter how much angry you are and your heart is broken and you think no one understands me in this entire world. Still the world and the environment give you the all necessary item which you require for your survival. Whatever the situation be your life depend on your surroundings. Even in a very upset mood, you never try this that okay, I just close my nose for 20 seconds and then I say I don't need anything.
Yes.
Right?
You
Of
are right.
course, for your survival, you need many things from your environment, from your surroundings. So even the moment when you are angry and send a negative vibrations in the environment, still the environment not stop to supply air and the other necessary things which is required for your life. Once in a deep in your heart, you realize that your own life is gift of Mother Nature. you spontaneously develop this sensitivity and empathy for your surroundings. And
Right.
then giving back to society is the only natural response that will follow. You
Absolutely
can
correct.
truly understand the meaning of givingness and the happiness after giving your contribution to society and the environment. That's it.
I think this is something we all need to actually understand and need to genuinely appreciate this. And my next question to you is what we have seen this, and we all know now very well success and failure are the part of life. But nowadays, students going lose their passions level and give up so early. So please kindly tell us something about which how we can actually motivate them in their dark phase.
Okay. So, in my opinion,
Hmm.
you will pass or maybe fail. Anyhow, you will get up next day, you will wake up next day, and you live your life. Okay. So, you cannot change the rules of the nature. You cannot stop to rise a sun just because you fail in your examination or you have a breakup with your girlfriend, right? But one thing you can do for yourself is just change your perception about your problem.
Hmm.
That is in your hand, right? The best thing about being human is that we can reform our life as we want
Yes.
and we continuously shape our life, then there is no question for opposing and rejecting anything, which is discussing for ourselves only. Definitely, we can respond according to our understanding and our inclination for that particular day.
Hmm.
But the moment you react, you enslave yourself to the situation is one which you are.
Right.
Suppose you plan for something, okay, and the things is not going according to your plan. Anyhow, you must have to move.
Yes.
Anyhow, you must have to move in your
Of
life,
course.
right? You cannot stop at one place.
No.
So, this is something you must understand in your life. You do not determine by what's going on in your
Hmm.
outer environment. You only determine by what you are from your inside. Success and failures are the part of life.
Yes.
Many external factors are responsible for your failures, but
Hmm.
how to fight with it is only decided by you.
Right.
Whenever we want to do something in the world or in our surroundings, many different outsider factors are working on it.
Hmm.
So sometimes the outsider factors support us, many times it doesn't support us. So you will never get 100% cooperation from the external world,
Correct.
right? So for example, you fail in your examination. So there must be 1,000 reasons for that. For example, you fail in your exam, so might be possible you not take your properly classes,
Hmm.
some lack of resources, you not paid your fees, you not have a suitable teacher, you not able to give exam because of illness or maybe any XYZ reasons. But after you fail, what you will choose for yourself is most important thing. After suppose you fail in your exam and you feel so depressed and leave your study for forever, this is the first option. Second option, you collect your all courage and again give the exam without care about anything that what people will say if I repeat my class and top in the class. Now the selection in between two options, leave the study or give the 100% in the second chance, is this you, what you will choose, and it will determine who you are.
Right.
So you fail, nobody will laugh on you, okay, he's failed. But after that, what you will choose for you, this is actually you. You will never get 100% good and favorable conditions from the external environment. This is
Right.
100% true. So, but to reach your goal, if you support yourself 100%, you make your 100% favorable for yourself, no one can stop you to win in this world or anything you achieve, whatever you wish.
Absolutely correct. Indeed, ma'am, you have again told very important things, and I think we all need to understand this, and this is something we all need to understand, ma'am. My next question to you is, what we have seen is that, and actually in this social media age, which is very common, many people are still living someone else's vision of life instead of what they want. We have one life, and it's essential that we live each day in the best possible way, based on what we desire, our ethics, passion, and the vision we have living our lives. My question to you is, how much important is one for or his her to realize ambiguous thoughts about life?
It is very actually a very interesting question, Harsh. So, well, it seems nowadays, especially in nowadays, in this era, it looks like we almost forget to respect and accept the differences.
Hmm.
When we talk about two physical body, okay, we know that if I touch my body, then I can say, yeah, it is my body. And when I try to touch your body, then I have very much clear that, okay, it's Harsh body or it's anyone else body. We never mix and match this two thought that my body is your body. Means we have very much clear about it, that these are two different objectives or two different body. Okay. Now when we talk about brain or thought, we know that my thought is totally different and your thought is totally different. Even on the same topic, we both will be have two different things and two
Right.
different thought. Correct? But when we talk about life, we never appreciate this difference, that
Hmm.
my life is different from your life. We start to measure our life with respect of someone else, right? And I see that one of the biggest mistake one can make, my life is the my life, your life is completely your life. Why we need to always try to compare two lives with each others? I am the owner of my own life,
Hmm.
and it is my choice what I want to choose for myself. As a parent, we stop our children to explore their interest.
Right.
Being a parent, we already set a certain definition that, okay, there is a kid who win the science or mathematics Olympiad, he is the super genius, right? But a son of farmer who know how to crop and nourish the plant to turn into fruitful tree is not that important for us. Why? Because
Hmm.
ignorantly we think that anyone can grow a tree without any tough study. Or
Correct.
really it is not matter for us that farmers feed us. Can you imagine? This is
Hmm.
most and more important and fundamental required of entire human species.
Correct.
We stop them from choosing their interest area, and from the beginning parents start deciding what will be good, what will be bad for their kids.
Hmm.
And with time it become a habit, and then every time kids start to look on others to take their own life decision. So even the person, it doesn't matter they are parents or their teachers or xyz, any person who are making decision for you, even they are also not 100% sure that this decision will be 100% right for you.
Right.
And this concept of right and wrong is just in our mind.
Correct.
Once you start to making decision for yourself, you will be become very much confident in your life. And yes, this is really not necessary that sometime you decide something for you, and whatever you decide something for you, you will get your desired result. Sometime you might get results, sometime maybe you not get result.
Hmm.
So don't bother yourself every time that this is right decision or wrong, right or wrong. Just take care when you try to make a decision, you only need to think that will this decision bring a well-being for me and people around me, and all you are concerned are with. So a good intention and clarity in your thoughts are most important in making a good decisions.
Right. Again, ma'am, it was a very wonderful answer from your side, and the things which you have told, I think it's very hard to disagree with you in these points. and I'm sure the viewers who are watching this session, they are surely going to find this inspiring as well as meaningful. Ma'am, also I'm sure there's a lot more to learn from you, but today I don't want to take too much of your time. So moving to my last question of this session, our daily life we have seen have been digitalized, tracked, and tied up in matrices. Our real selves have split into online avatars and profile picture status updates. A virtual life is sunny and bright. It's where you post your prettiest picture and tell all your best news. But is it real? Most importantly, is it healthy?
Well, your complaint is, I think, not about the technology or advancement of information
No.
technology, right?
Yes.
You also seeing a very mobile lover kind of person.
Correct.
So it's our problem is compulsiveness. As we know, technology makes our life so easy. Today, in just a single click, we can get our favorite pizza on our table
Yes.
in just 20 minutes, right?
Definitely.
Our favorite clothes, book a ticket in a few seconds, talk with a person who are miles apart from us, like you and me, or
Sure.
anything which we like, we can get into a very few time. So we are the generation which we have privilege to live a life with all the comforts. And through the technology, we make it possible. We can't deny it.
No.
But out of limit, anything can be dangerous or destroy your life.
Yes.
Not just an electronic gadget, but anything which is used out of limit is not good. Like overeating, over emotions, even over love also, overuse of money,
Yes.
overuse of power, anything beyond limit are just destructive. Not only a social platform, a mobile, electronic gadget is responsible for reducing the life quality, but anything in your life which you are using unconsciously can make your life just in a
Right.
downfall.
Correct.
Many times we just think that we have to know everything, whatever is going on around the world, we must have to know just because of this
Sure.
social media and all. We expecting I am staying in India, but I should know everything what's going on in the London and Dubai. We must have to know. For example, just suppose a person who is more social media use more social media as compared to you, and he come to you and share a new information with you about anything, and you don't know about it. You immediately feel, oh, I don't know about it, but the person, he knows about it. That means he is more intelligent than me, right? But in
That's
that moment, you not should think like this. It is completely okay if you're not aware what's going on in the outer world, but you must have to know what's going on in your inner world, what's going on in your chitta. The chitta is the Sanskrit word which we use for the inner world, right? So it is completely fine if you don't know what's going on in the Dubai and what's going on in the outer worlds. It's okay. But you must have to know and try to know what's going on in my inside.
yes.
Many times we say, okay, if this thing will be in my hand, I will make it much better. So your inner world isn't completely in your hand. Do you want to make your inside world, your inner world, with full of just show off, competition, jealous, or anger?
No.
Or do you want to make your inner world with full of reality, truth, peace,
Of course.
and happiness?
Right.
So choice is yours.
Indeed, ma'am.
That's
I
it.
think you have very clearly explained the reason and how we can actually choose, how we can make the actual correct choices. Indeed, ma'am, it was a very wonderful discussion with you on the topic, the things which you have shared. I'm sure the viewers, those who are watching this session and those who have watched this session, they are surely going to find this insightful on many levels. Thank you, ma'am, for joining and giving your important time. We look forward to conduct more such sessions with you in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harsh.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
On the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone.